Yeah. So good afternoon or good evening, or if you're in the Pacific Rim, thank you. It's Friday morning for you. And I would like to give a shout out to Rever, who powered this live stream. And if you want to learn more about empowering your frontline teams, you can go to reverscore.com. And I am Bruce, aka the guy in the blue shirt, and I have Miss Junette on my live, and I am so excited because we are going to talk about networking and many other things, I'm sure. So Junette, take it away. Give us your lowdown.
My lowdown or high down. Hello, everyone.
Or upside down.
Upside down. Feeling a little bit upside down. Bruce, by the way, just mentioned that I was being a hot mess.
Yeah,
I was trying to scramble to get my kids out the door. But hello, everyone. My name is June Colaroso. I am a former tech recruiter, now career strategist. And I'm really excited to be here because I'm really excited about the topic that we are talking about, which is networking, one of my superpowers.
Yeah.
And that's how we met, is through LinkedIn and networking. So I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I agree. I kind of have it as a lower level superpower, not like yours. And I had a wonderful example today. If I could brag a little bit, I introduced Catherine Wentzer from the UK to Tisha Maria Pelletier, and she did the branding challenge. And actually, she won. She's one of the winners of the branding challenge. How about that? So talk about networking on purpose, right?
Yeah, networking with purpose.
Absolutely. Networking with purpose, yeah. So anyway, I want to say hi to Nick. Thanks for jumping on.
Hi, Nick.
Yeah. So yeah, and Junette, if you want to pop it, if you want to pop a mention anyone in the comments, just go ahead, because I know Junette's way better at doing this than I am. So
oh my gosh, you have more experience doing lives than I do, as far as years of experience.
Well, probably more instances, but you have a lot more diversity than I have. So,
or a little bit more risky than you, I guess I would say.
You take a lot more risks, that's for sure. My networking on purpose is a little boring. So,
well, I'm here to change that.
All right, so let's change it. So, what are the top? If somebody's not sure about networking, and I come from the old-fashioned networking arena that was all in person and all very strict and all very, upper lip, as it were. So based on your experience this year, particularly since August, because I know you've been doing some amazing things since August, what would you say are the top things to do in networking, and maybe a couple of things that you shouldn't do?
I think the biggest thing before you even start networking is really understanding why and your motivation behind it.
Right.
What is the purpose? What is the purpose of you actually putting yourself out there and meeting people? Is it because you are seeking new opportunities for your career? Are you seeking new business, gaining new clients? Are you seeking new mentorships? And just really understanding what the motivation behind that is, because that's how you're going to go ahead and craft your elevator pitch, right? Or, and I think that's the best thing that you can do is understand your why. And then from there, whether it's being, like I work with a lot of my clients who want to get into the tech industry, because the majority of my experience is recruiting for tech companies such as Google and Wish. And I usually ask them, well, what is it about these companies, or what is it about these tech companies that interests you?
Right.
And then once they narrow down their interests, then they could, reevaluate their experience and their accomplishments and kind of craft their elevator pitch. Tisha does a great job too about this, about like personal branding from like a business perspective.
Sure.
But that's my biggest, like my first step is understanding your why motivation behind that. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I think it's foundational. It's like why would you build a house with only 2 walls, right, or 3 walls? It doesn't. So it's part of the foundation, and then the other thing is, on the flip side of that is, why not, right? So there is a why, but very often, if you're being held back or you feel intimidated by networking, it's like, well, why not network? Why, what's holding you back? And a lot of people get all this crazy stuff in their head that stops them from doing anything. So
yes, and it's like you have to also too, because I mean, you said that you've been networking for like you have so much experience networking in person, and I
mm-hmm.
think that for some people, being in the situation that we are in right now with like COVID and this pandemic, they don't know how to network online,
Right. Yeah, it
and
sure is different.
it's,
That's
it's different. But you know what's crazy is I have met so many people and networked with so many people on LinkedIn
mm-hmm.
that I would have never probably even had the opportunity to meet if it wasn't for COVID.
Right. And talking of people to meet, Gracie Ruth Melendez actually is super supportive. And if I could, great example. So Gracie Ruth and I met at a LinkedIn local in Los Angeles last year when we were able to meet in person. And actually, Gracie, I credit for the final bringing together of my branding persona, because we were at a meeting and she didn't know my name and she couldn't say my last name, which is why I usually go by just Bruce or BB for short. And I heard Gracie say, "Oh, just go ask that guy in the blue shirt." And I heard it at the meeting. And then fast forward a few months, Gracie Ruth set up to be a LinkedIn local leader in Pasadena. And I went over to help her because all the LinkedIn local leaders help each other in the region here. And she introduced me because I actually sponsored the little appetizers that we had at the LinkedIn local. So, and again, Gracie said, "Oh, come meet the guy, Bruce, the guy in the blue shirt," because I was wearing a blue shirt. So, great example of how face-to-face networking can turn into virtual networking. And now Gracie, Ruth, and I, we run LinkedIn local virtuals every month.
Can you? I'm sorry. Now I'm like interviewing you now. Can
No,
you tell me a little bit more about, because I know, and Tisha, my sister from another mister,
yes, here she is.
here she is. I'm wearing blue. I wasn't gonna follow suit, but I had to because I always look up to her and I always follow her lead. So
Yeah.
hi Tisha. Tisha talked like one of the first coffee chats that we had, or virtual lattes we've had. She talked about LinkedIn Local, and
Mm-hmm.
I know Carrie, who we both follow, also does a week, I think monthly LinkedIn
Yeah,
Local.
sure.
And I need to know about this because I have no clue what that is. I and would love to hear from you. How can I? How do I get into LinkedIn Local?
Okay.
What is it about?
So LinkedIn local, I'll go over that. But before I forget, our next one's December 17th at 6:30 p.m. Thursday evening. If you would like to watch what we do, you will be more than welcome, because it's for Southern California, but you're in Northern California. That's okay. So you could be an honorary guest and you could watch what happens. But LinkedIn locals are about three things. Everything is about you learn and you prosper and you grow. So what we do is we have a learn segment, and actually Renee Farias is doing our learn segment for about 8 minutes, and he's doing it on branding photography. So that might be a hook in where you and Tisha might find that an interesting subject matter. And then what we also do is we have about 25 people in the virtual, and we will share things like tips and ask questions so that people can learn, prosper, and grow. And then afterwards, Gracie Ruth sends out a spreadsheet with everyone's information on it to encourage people to network off outside of the group. So, and that's our version of the virtual. It's a little bit more dynamic in person, but that's what we've come up with. And it's super powerful. We've met some unbelievably strong, meaningful connections through that. So
How do I actually find like a local LinkedIn
you have
live
to
post for
you
my
have to
area?
set it up yourself. So what I did, Gracie, Ruth, and I, we searched, and we could find people in Los Angeles County and Orange County, but in our two counties, which was in San Bernardino for Pasadena and Santa Clarita, there wasn't anyone running them. So we decided to step up and run them. And there's guidelines you can get from LinkedIn. You can go to LinkedIn and find the guidelines for LinkedIn locals, some of the do's and don'ts. And but we would be more than happy to guide you and train you. If you wanted to set one up there,
Yes.
Gracie, Ruth, and I would love to help you get that.
I would love to do that. I don't think that's going on in the Bay Area, and that's like the biggest thing that I'm very passionate about is like building community.
Yes.
And yes, if I could, well, let me focus on, this is my problem though, Bruce, is
Well,
I tend to chase like the shiny objects sometimes, but I
right.
need to prioritize. So, but that's definitely something that I want to do in the new year, is learn a little bit
Well,
more about LinkedIn Live, like LinkedIn Local.
right. So think about it. It's a way to leverage your time in reverse. So like Gracie and I, we could do 25 one-on-ones and look how long that would take. We've defined all the standard work that it takes to set it, plan it, set it up, do it, and then do the follow up. And we've leveraged our time about 20 to 1.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the biggest difference when you run a LinkedIn local in person. It used to be about 60 people. So you'd leverage your time 60 times over than doing 1 hour one-on-one. Well, Gracie and Ruth and I, it lasts about 60 minutes. So we leverage our time across typically 20 to 25 people that come to the LinkedIn local virtual. Now, you're not going to jive with them all, and not everybody's going to be kumbaya. But from that, you build a lot more. You build meaningful connections a lot faster.
Do you do like breakout rooms through like the Zoom at all?
We haven't done it that way because it's in the evening, and we try and limit it to 1 hour. But the LinkedIn local in persons, there are breakout sessions that are done in circles.
Okay, that's interesting.
So, yeah,
I'm thinking like breakout rooms because that's what my son's children, my son's teachers do. Like when
okay.
I'm trying to wrangle up all the children, I'm like, oh, maybe that'd be kind of a good idea
Right.
to
Well,
wrangle all these entrepreneurs in
sure.
breakout sessions.
If you wanted help to do it in a breakout room, then Gracie, Ruth, and I both know the breakout exercises that are popular when we've done it in person.
Okay.
So there's some fun stuff that we've done with, color badges and themes and categories and all sorts of things.
Yeah, I would love to learn a little bit more about that.
Yeah. All right. So you're on yourself. I bet that's your VA, right? Commenting for you.
No, that's me.
Oh, you're right. How did you figure that out?
I have two screens, but I'm looking at the other screen and it looks like I'm a little blurry.
That's all right. Okay, well, Gracie Ruth, hi. And so you can, I've never been able to figure out how to put comments into the stream.
Oh, Bruce, all you need to do is have two windows.
How
Simple
about
as that?
All right.
Then you have to make sure, but I'm blurry. I don't know why I'm blurry. I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to live, but I'm blurry on the screen.
No, you're good. It looks good to me.
No, but on the actual live stream, I'm blurry.
It looks good to me. Don't be so vain. Come on.
Okay, you're right.
It's about the information exchange, right?
You're so right. What was he going to say? We're talking about so many things.
Oh, you were asking me a bunch of questions. So yeah, so if you or anyone else sees this as a replay and they would like to set up a LinkedIn local, we got all the process documented pretty good, and we can help people do that.
Yes. Let's talk about like networking again too. You were asking for tips. So we talked about the motivation behind it and why before you start getting out there. I think it's really important too, especially on LinkedIn, Because I mean, there's so many people. There's like it's very diverse. There's like job seekers. There's entrepreneurs. The biggest thing that I tell my clients is before you start saying your elevator pitch and put your selling shoes on, if you're an entrepreneur, build that connection and relationship first.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that trust before you start pitching whatever it is that you're trying to pitch.
Right. Share before you sell.
Share before you sell. I love that. Share before
right?
you sell. Or what?
Yeah, or figure out service. So I learned networking the old-fashioned way in Dallas, Texas. And actually, Dee Dee Leahy, who was the first lady that took me to a networking meeting or forced me to go, I was actually broke and broken in 2006. And she said, you need to come to a networking meeting with me and you need to wear a blue shirt. And so she took me to my very first ever in-person networking meeting over a luncheon. I wore a blue shirt. And afterwards I said, why did you make me wear a blue shirt? And she said, number one, in Dallas, it's trusting. Number two, it's memorable. And number three, it makes your eyes pop. So whenever you do anything, see?
Yeah, your eyes are really like extra blue today.
Because of the
blue.
So that was the first piece of my branding, as Tisha would say, is I adopted this bright blue, electric blue, as my brand anchor color. So it started back in 2006. So anyway, the point about that, in Dallas, they always say, give before you get. You cannot do anything in terms of building successful relationships unless you're willing to give a little bit before you get.
Yes. I'm excited, Bruce. I see Maria, who is my other sister from another mister.
That's
on LinkedIn.
She offered to proctor one of these, and I said, come on. But she's, I think she's a little shy of being on a live with me. I don't know. I don't want to call her out too publicly, but she's welcome anytime.
No, maybe I could go with her for like support.
Yeah, that's what I said. If she wanted to do a proctor, she wanted to do a proctor one like you and Charlene and Maria and Steven.
Yes.
Sorry, did that was pretty cool.
Did you watch it? Oh, is it Batter? Am I saying your name?
Yeah.
Batter is my connection too. I think we're mutually connected. He says, great tip, June. The best pitch to post valuable content that helps your target audience to solve their problems. Absolutely.
Oh, you want me to show it? Oh,
yes.
There we go.
Batter, I love your content. I always check your posts and feed if you post new content. And I think it's been a few weeks since you posted anything.
Yeah, there's this question. So for people seeing it on the replay, you can go back and look at that. So what are some no-nos, Junette? I've got a bunch. In fact, I made some videos a long time ago where I and they're on my YouTube channel about how a card pusher can destroy all of the networking spirit, as it were. So my pet peeve is the card pusher, whether they're electronically pushing a card to you or in person pushing a card to you. The card pushers are like a definite no-no for me.
And you're talking about business cards, right?
Yeah, business cards. But in LinkedIn, I don't have a business card. I use the QR code.
Oh.
I use my QR. Right. So if I am in person and I know somebody is on LinkedIn, you can do find nearby and use your QR code to connect.
Yeah.
You know that trick, right?
I'll figure it out. I've seen it.
That's right. Well, Gracie taught me how to do it. So it's pretty cool. So so I use my QR code or my PDF downloadable file from my LinkedIn profile. That's the other powerful one as well.
I like that. I think like the biggest no-no for networking is let's see here. Like not doing your research on the person before you meet them.
Right.
It takes like maybe like a 5-minute 5-minute review on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Don't go in there blindly.
Right.
You know, and
Well, I showed your Charlene how to do this. I showed her how to download the PDF summary of somebody's profile, and what you can do is you can take that with you, particularly if you think you're going to have to do the call mobily. You can take it with you. You can still do the mobile thing, and you can have. And I write my top questions or things that I want to learn more about on the top of the sheet. So that's how I used to do it. Again, old-fashioned way, but
yeah. Are you printing out these summaries?
yeah, I print out the summaries. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to print them all out. Usually, the front page. I usually do front page, last page, and then read the profile, and that gives you questions for at least a 45-minute one-to-one Zoom call.
Yeah, I love that. You know who does a really great job of keeping track of all of the networking calls he has done and coaching calls is Stephen Liu. He has this like whole Excel spreadsheet,
right?
Which I wish I was a lot more efficient in,
Mm-hmm.
where he's captured all of these notes for all of the networking calls he's had.
Right.
And that's what I need to figure out too, is like my CRM. I think
So
it's just so many like there's so many things to do as an entrepreneur that's on my to-do list.
Right. Here's mine. So I capture them on a pad, and then I'll stick them back into a CRM. But Steven's a project manager. That's why.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. That's his deal, right?
Yeah. Is it okay if I share my event that's coming up tomorrow?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the comments. I'm doing a shameless plug here.
Shameless.
Not shameless. I'm proud of it. Okay.
Proud of it. A proud plug.
Oh, Charlene is here. I'm so excited. We need to do a live with Charlene, and I would love to join you on that.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, Charlene, I did a one-on-one with her. She was awesome.
Oh, you did? When did that happen?
A couple of weeks ago. That's when I showed her some of the things that I did around profile exploration and prepping for meetings and
oh my god, like she is the queen that is behind all of my lovely graphics on LinkedIn.
Oh, awesome. Good to know.
Actually, I want to give her some credit. Can I share my screen really quick?
Yeah, go for it. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, this is the power of LinkedIn, you guys, and the power of networking and what LinkedIn and networking could do for you and your career. Do you track any of your data for your engagement or your metrics at all?
It depends.
Okay. Well, I love data. I love leveraging data to really understand what's working, and I think it's like what I think I fell in love with, like looking at data and when I was recruiting at these tech companies. But let me share. What is my? I've never shared anything from like.
I don't
on someone's live, but I'll figure it out. Here it goes. Okay. So, can you guys see this? Can you see this, Bruce?
No, I have to add it, I think.
Oh, there it goes. So, I don't know if you can see this, you guys, but this is my LinkedIn resume, Bruce. So, it basically shows, and Charlene, shout out to Charlene, she created this resume for me, and it shows my LinkedIn experience from June 2020 to present. And then 2 years before that, so when I was a recruiter, I was really only using LinkedIn to promote the companies I was working for. Never promoted myself. Never networked on LinkedIn.
Mom. Here we go. We said it was going to be a lively combo. All right. So
I'll be right back, guys.
What's the highlight of this, June?
Oh, the highlight of this is basically saying that it's not about the views or anything on LinkedIn. It's about the actual achievements and partnerships and people that I've met through LinkedIn because of networking.
Right.
Yep. Had the opportunity to, gain new clients, but also partnerships with other companies, organizations, mentorships, and meeting lovely people like Bruce over here. And, and now I have a LinkedIn live show. I'm actually going to be hosting my, I think, 28th LinkedIn live show tomorrow.
Yeah, way to go. All right. So you wanted to do a proudful plug of what's happening tomorrow. So go ahead.
Yes. So, one second.
So do you have another graphic or you want to talk about it?
Yes, I'm going to share with you guys. So, can you see me? I am hosting a free networking webinar tomorrow. Actually,
Did
let
it
me
come
share.
up?
Oh, wait, can you see?
Is that the right one?
Yeah, do you see it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do. I'm not sure if the other people in the stream do, but
Yes. So I'm hosting this tomorrow. I'm going to put this on the comment section.
sure.
And
Yeah.
it
Drop it.
is a free webinar where I'm sharing my favorite strategies on how to network effectively on LinkedIn,
Uh-huh.
as a job seeker, as an entrepreneur, and how to be a brand powerhouse.
A brand powerhouse. Okay. So what are the thinking about networking and linking that to brand powerhousing? What are the top two powerhouse lessons learned that you've taken away so far this year?
Ooh. Oh,
Ooh.
okay. That's a
Ooh.
good question. Ooh.
Mm. Ooh. See, I'm good.
Um,
I'm good at those questions.
I'm gonna I'm gonna spill the tea, and we definitely need to have tea. I remember
Oh,
I commented in one of your tea posts. I think it was last week.
correct. I have Mountain Dew because I needed a pep to keep up with you. So,
Well, I have coffee. Uh,
mm,
I'm honestly I'm only on. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm probably only on about 3 to 4 hours of sleep right now.
yeah, you said that's all right. You're
Um,
doing great. All right, come on, answer the question.
okay, the spill the tea. So I actually was talking about this on Jennifer Garabay's. I'm doing this live tour, so this is my fourth live this week. But I was
Uh
on her live yesterday, and she asked me, "What is the biggest lesson you've learned from 2020?" This is
huh.
my biggest lesson that I've learned, and the biggest lesson that I've learned all through networking and LinkedIn is you don't need to be tied to a company. You don't need to be working as an employee to have a successful career. You can still continue career even if you're not working by doing the things you love and incorporating that into your own personal brand and business. That's what
Yep.
I'm doing. Everything that I've been doing, everything that I've been trying to do, I've always been a creator and had all these crazy ideas that I was always
Mhm.
pitching to the previous company that I was working for. And Now I'm doing that for myself and my own business and brand. So
Right.
my biggest lesson here is you could do anything here on LinkedIn
Mm-hmm.
and be your fully authentic self and
Mm-hmm.
be successful.
Right. Well, it's like Tisha says, so you may not know, but the hashtag Tisha Talks came from a Zoom call and some other conversations I have with Tisha Maria Pelletier. So may not know that. And then fast forward because she is authentic with a touch of badass. Is that is just so her. And like you said, you do everything you're passionate about, and you're not afraid of sharing what you're passionate about, and people are drawn to that, and that's you, and you're going to attract other people that like that energy, and you're going to repel the people that don't like that energy, and that's my biggest lesson learned. If I can share mine, is that you you can't be too sensitive towards it. I'm a sensitive, pretty well groomed, guy, but early on LinkedIn or earlier this year, I was very sensitive to what people would say and do and think or not think. And it's like now it's like, hell, you can't even keep up with the stuff I'm doing. So
Yes. Oh, I love that, Bruce. You're a little sassy today.
no, I'm always like it. I just
I know,
don't
I
show
love
it.
it. No, I know. That's the vibe that I got too when we had our first call. Um,
Yeah, that's right.
and I'm the same way too. And you know what? I was very sensitive too in the beginning.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but if you actually, you know what's great about this whole journey on LinkedIn is And I've been trying to kind of gather all of my old videos. I could see the transformation from
Mm-hmm.
I was very reserved in the beginning, and then each month I was like opening up a little bit more, right?
Uh-huh.
And now I'm like doing crazy things on LinkedIn. Not crazy things, but things that I love.
Mm-hmm.
And I have exciting plans for 2021 of what I
Yep.
want
Me
to do
too.
next on LinkedIn.
Yep.
What are your plans for 2021?
Well, I'm working on them right now. So I'm actually working with a meaningful connection down in Southern California. Her name's Connie Medina, and she specializes in giving people clarity. So I'm
Okay.
actually on the clarity campaign with Connie. So we're getting close to be done. I've got some interesting stuff that I don't want to reveal until I'm ready, but conceptually, it's about how do I replicate more guys in the blue shirt.
Ooh, I
So,
like
so
that.
it's kind of like a how do I make a franchising model of the guy in the blue shirt?
Huh.
Yeah,
That's a great
I
idea.
know. Big
Yeah.
lofty goals. I won't have any golden arches, so we'll be all right.
Yes. Um, I think I do want to share too before. Another goal of mine too is I want to collaborate more on the business side with all of these people I've been meeting on LinkedIn. But also
Right.
too, I think my style and the reason why people are so drawn to my content is I just keep it real,
Mm-hmm.
authentic, keep it me. But I'm going to
Right.
step it up a level next year, and I'm incorporating some skits.
Some skits, some acting skits. So
Some
you need
acting.
you need to you need to collaborate with Julia Mulholland and Diana Nguyen then.
Oh yeah, I need to meet with Diana Nguyen.
Yeah.
I
Do
need
you
to.
are you connected with her? What about Gillian Mulholland?
Jillian Mole. Is she on?
Gillian Mulholland. Her hashtag is Jill Sings.
Is she? Does she do YouTube too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
follow her too. I need to start.
Yeah.
I need to start following her more of her content.
So this week, Gillian started doing 3 role plays all on her own inside of the same video. So it's very
I
creative.
love that. I
Yeah.
need to. I have ideas for that because I'm going to tell you before I got on LinkedIn, I was all over TikTok,
Oh, okay.
and because I that's what I kind of channeled my anxious energy in. Is after my layoff, I was just had a
Anxious energy.
it was I was anxious. I was like, no, and you know what's funny is I kind of had like a full circle moment last night because before I was working on my business,
Hmm.
there was times where I was up till 2 a.m. in the morning doing TikTok.
Oh my goodness.
And then last night I was up until 3 a.m. doing my website for my group
Right.
coaching program. And then yeah, so what am I going with this? So yes, I actually bought a bunch of wigs during my TikTok craze because
Hmm. Okay.
I did drama in high school. So
So are we going to see Junette 1, 2, and 3 then?
you might. I'm actually writing a skit right now that talks about my imposter, Lindsay.
Oh, you have imposter syndrome.
No, I've had it before. I mean,
You had it.
we've all experienced it before. I mean, 70. I talked about it. I think I talked about it today in my video.
Right.
Um,
Well,
so
you
I have.
should hook up with Asia Ghazi, who's she's doing her advanced doctoral dissertation on imposter syndrome and imposter impacts with women in leadership.
Oh, okay. You need to send me all these people's information.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I have a bag full of unbelievable people that I cross refer all the time.
oh my gosh, it's just. I feel like it's just getting started. I feel like there's so many other people, like so many amazing people that I need to meet on LinkedIn. It's like just in the beginning, but
Sure.
you know Anna Morgan. You know
Who?
Anna Morgan. Anna Morgan, career BFF.
Yes. Hmm.
We are doing a LinkedIn Live tomorrow, you guys. It's called the holiday. No, the delicious dish.
The delicious dish.
It's a skit from Saturday Night Live.
Right.
So she's gonna be one of my fellow actors next year in one of my skits. So she's
All
gonna be
right.
in the skits too. So
Well, if you want a very English voiceover, then let me know.
yes, or
Gonna-
maybe you can. You can do a skit with me.
I could actually be Jeeves if you wanted. Just Jeeves.
Like Ask Jeeves?
Oh, I could do. Of course, I can
Yes.
do. I can do the Just Jeeves accent. Why not?
Oh my goodness. We should
Oh my
plan that.
goodness. Yeah, I was born in England, so I haven't lost it all. I'm still a boy at heart because people say to me, "Man, you're old." And I said, "Yeah, but I'm only 26 in America because I've only been here 26 years in America, and then I'm only 9 years as a citizen. So I'm still a little boy, really."
Yeah. Me too. I'm a little girl. I'm a little girl. I feel like I'm still like in my early 20s.
Yeah. Well, good. All right. So a few more comments. Yeah. Gracie's on it. Thank you, Gracie. She is so plugged into all the lives I do. I have a great time answering all the comments after. So what's your passing shot on networking? Let's do another. Don't do this because
Okay,
there's.
let's do a last one because I have to get going. My last not to do thing. Okay. Oh.
Oh, I
Do not. I repeat, do not copy and paste the same message
oh.
in your DMs. I hate it. I absolutely hate it when people send me DMs with the wrong name. Come on,
Yeah,
people. Are you kidding
wrong.
me?
Yeah, wrong
And
name. Template messages.
and another thing,
What's that?
my coffee's kicking in. LinkedIn is not Tinder, people. Keep it professional. No inappropriate emojis, please.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know you could get an inappropriate emoji.
You can.
Oh, you can?
I mean,
Oh,
I don't think. I mean, yes,
see
you can.
that? See, it's so how naive I am about all this digital stuff. I'm like a Stone Age English boy, you know. All
Oh,
right, so I have a don't do, and this is
okay.
actually in person. Don't show up to a networking meeting smelling bad.
Oh, in person.
Yes, because people don't realize, sometimes networking meetings are after work or they're in between, activities, maybe luncheons, and they don't realize, particularly if they work in a kind of environment that they get used to and they show up and very embarrassing. And it's really difficult to have to go up to that person and say, "Hey, I don't know if you realize this, but you kind of smell like the wood mill that or whatever it is, So
No, I agree.
don't smell bad and don't look bad, and
Yes.
make sure you have the same color pair of shoes on as well and socks."
But what if we're trying to do it on purpose? What if that's like
Well,
no, Bruce? Let me update you. Like that's like the new thing right now with all of these Gen Z people
I know
wearing
different colored shoes. I know
different sneakers.
different. Oh yeah, that's sneakers, but I've actually done it with business shoes
Oh, I've done the same.
and socks. So
Oh, in socks, you said?
yeah, and socks. Yeah, yeah. And then my classic one is I did one not so long ago, and I was actually, it wasn't really a networking thing. It was a kind of little get together, and I had my T-shirt on inside out.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Unfortunately, my wife noticed. She said, "Hey," and then or somebody saying, "Oh, I didn't know you're supposed to have the labels on the outside." Then it's like, duh. Anyway, so just check yourself in the mirror before you leave, right?
Yes, please, just do a quick glance in
All
the mirror.
right. So, Junette, so to the people on live, thank you for supporting us. If you're seeing this as a replay and you have questions for Junette or I, or you just want to, put your own ideas in the feed, we would love that. And how do you prefer people to reach you, Junette?
Connect with me on LinkedIn. I put my I'm gonna tag myself here. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Go to my website, buildwithjune.com. I'm also
You have your hashtag, right? Build it. Is it build? Oh, build with June. I thought it was build it June.
Build
Okay.
with June talks.
Okay.
And I do weekly live shows.
Yes, you do.
And tomorrow, what's that?
Abundantly.
Yes.
With passion.
Oh, I need to tell you, Bruce. I'm planning a LinkedIn Live talent show.
Oh my goodness! For what? Any talent?
Yeah. Well, I have already had 3 people singing.
Oh, maybe I'll play my guitar then.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you?
I might. We'll see. See,
Why don't you play it? Why don't you? It's time to go. Why don't you play it out?
I actually have it here, and it's signed by Neil Diamond.
Oh, Bruce, you're gonna play it. You're gonna serenade me.
I can't stand up and do it. I'll do it another day.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, this guitar is 42 years old.
I have like.
How about that? See, and it's signed by Neil Diamond.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How often do you play?
Never.
It was like riding a bike for you.
Yeah, well, I don't have the barnacles on my fingers anymore. Don't have the hard pads on my fingers anymore.
I would love for you to be part of my talent show.
We'll see.
Okay.
Depends when.
It's going to be my New Year's LinkedIn Live bash.
Oh, cool! In the new year, or
no, not in the year. Tuesday. I'll send you the details.
Yeah, sure.
Tuesday, Tuesday, December 29th, starting 5:30 Pacific. 5:30.
Okay, cool. All right.
So we can get you in a slot.
Oh, Gracie said yes. Bruce is very talented with his guitar. I don't know about that, but
well, this was fun, Bruce.
All right, I'm a better tea maker than I am with my guitar, but it would have been difficult to do it on a live. I used to do an event called Brewing and Branding, a social media tea. So I did that a long time ago. That's when branding was that, funny word.
Yes.
Anyway, all right. Thanks, Junette.
Thank you.
I'll hook us up. I'll put the post up in the feature. So if anyone wants to get it. Oh, look, Gracie put guitar marks in. Look at that. Look at her. Look at her. Wow.
You are awesome, Gracie.
All these emoji. Yeah, she is. She's amazing. All right. And then, if you want to watch our LinkedIn local virtual on December 17th, then just let us know and we'll send you the invite.
Yes, please.
All right. Okay. Go be super mom. Go get some sleep.
I have to work for a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, lady in blue.
Bye.
Thanks for wearing blue. Bye.
Bye.